Welcome to Racism Unfiltered, White Women Talk. Happy to have you here. I'm Kim.
I'm Michelle.
And we're going to be discussing a number of incredible topics. The bottom line is our lack of knowledge of our own history, racial and otherwise, is what makes us victims of propaganda. And this is true through the test of time, that when we don't know what really happened, we can't use our critical thinking skills to understand how it's impacting today and what it's doing and what it's done in the past. So propaganda is nothing new. We think, oh, North Korea. We think, oh, China, propaganda. Russia, propaganda. They got nothing on us. Sorry, we have it here too. The problem is when you're in it, you don't really know it's happening. It's like kind of crazy. It's like being in a fishbowl and you're like, what water? What? It's like...
Well, and I think that it's so difficult to know what propaganda is, right? And then it makes you question the truth. Like, is that the truth or is it not the truth? If the left says, oh, that's propaganda, and the right says, well, that's propaganda, it really can confuse people, and it can really make people question just what is the truth? Who do I believe? And then, I think that's why a lot of people don't vote, because they're like, they all are crooks. They're all fraudulent.
Right.
None of them tell the truth. It's who controls the narrative, controls the story, controls the belief system, right? There's narrative that we even have in our own families, that we're raised with, that we know we're in a group of people. We're raised with, Uncle whoever is creepy, or that you've heard that something happened from somebody else, but nobody talks about it. You just go along with believing sort of this myth, if you will, because we want to keep everything copacetic. We want to keep everybody happy. Well, that's the same narrative that has been happening through the thread of white supremacy in this country, not even being able to define it as white supremacy, but calling it Christian manifest destiny and doctrine of discovery, saying this is the story we need to believe, that indigenous people are like animals. They don't have any rights to the land. They're just like rabbits.
Like justification.
It is. And it's like this narrative that even though you're like, hold on a second, like indigenous people were here. Indigenous people were here since time immemorial, 10,000, 20,000 years. And
they were human.
Yeah. And so we're supposed to believe that somehow Columbus came and there wasn't a genocide and there wasn't, and then again, the narrative just keeps going with all of these myths. And then just like our last video talking about the myth of race, it's these narratives. And then we're just, especially white women, we're like, oh, okay, we're not gonna, say anything to Uncle because we know he's beating Auntie. We're literally fed these narratives and these myths, even our own families. And I think it just makes us more susceptible to be able to believe the propaganda and the narrative that has been spoken, especially by our people, right? By white people. White people tell us this is the story. We're better. We're superior. Don't worry about, about anything that's happening. Just black and brown people are the problem. They're not like us. They're dehumanize them. We're going to dehumanize them, but it's totally fine because they're not like us. We're better.
Are you saying that the foundation of our society is based on allowing these things to kind of be swept under the rug a little bit?
Absolutely.
Even our religion, our holidays, our Thanksgiving.
Don't talk about that. Let's get together for Thanksgiving. Don't bring up politics. Don't bring up anything. Let's not talk about, Auntie's black eye. Let's try to, and that's literally what I believe, that the same type of, don't look over here, distractions. I'm going to create another narrative. I'm going to create another myth. I'm going to tell you why that doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why he's such a good guy, why we can make Confederate statues for Robert E. Lee, why we can still have Columbus Day as a freaking holiday when we're not understanding the truth. No, like this man is a genocidal freaking maniac that raped children, had children raped, and had dogs eat them. Like, is this okay? Like, why are we justifying this?
It's almost like we live in a society that the person who calls out the truth is to be put down and told to shut the hell up.
Wait, you're oppressing me, and I call out your oppression, and now
And
I'm
now
the
you're the bad guy. Right. I
right.
actually had some the
This is
other
what's
day.
happening in Palestine right now.
Right,
This is
right.
happening. What's
Mm-hmm,
happening in this country right now? If you say anything
mm-hmm,
against Israel and against what's happening in
mm-hmm,
Palestine and the genocide,
mm-hmm.
then you're the problem.
I've had so many people tell me I'm the racist because I talk about racism.
Yes.
And it's like, am I the rapist because I'm against rape? What
Yes.
the hell? It
I
doesn't even make
know.
sense.
It's not logical. And we
No,
have
you
to
know,
start calling this stuff.
I'm sick of this shit. We're so susceptible in our society, in this culture, to propaganda because we won't allow pain. We will not allow white people are not supposed to be in any discomfort or pain.
Comfortable. That's right.
We
As
cannot, we
the
have to be
Quad
comfortable.
says. Yeah,
We have to
as
be
the
kept
Quad says.
comfortable.
We're supposed to be ladies of leisure,
Yes,
right? People of leisure. And white women, we are complicit in this.
absolutely.
Allow this. We
Mhm.
look the other way.
When white women do something wrong, for example, they say something obnoxiously racist, microaggression, call it what you want,
Yep,
and we get called out on it. Guess what happens?
we cry.
We start crying. We get hysterical. We make it all the fuck about us.
Right.
And that is how we roll.
Yep.
Okay?
Because we weaponize, we weaponize. We have learned the manipulation, the
Mhm,
tactics that work, that literally that we were basically told this is how you can get away with this
mhm, mhm. And
system.
then everybody's like,
Use
you're so
force.
mean. You're so mean for hurting her feelings when she was really racist to you. It's like, what? It's like, no, 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 no. And we
Right.
put all the attention on us and we take away from the actual fact that
The damage that was done,
we
the
did. We're
impact.
not the impact. We're not the damaged party. Someone else is. We
That's right.
did the damage, and that is how we roll. And when I talk about things like the Cornerstone Speech, a lot of people believe propaganda in our society right now as we speak. And this isn't anything new. It's just we think it's new because we're all kind of divided and talking about it now. But this is how we roll in American culture. And here is a great example of it. And it does have to do with today. About half the adults today in the United States think the Civil War was fought about states' rights. States' rights to do what? States' rights to enslave our fellow human beings and make it perfectly okay. So, what I wanted to talk about really fast is that a lot of people believe states' rights, and it's a myth. It's just like any other myth, but it was one created well after the Civil War to soften the Confederacy's image and protect whiteness and protect white supremacy.
I would
18,
even use the word lie, that it's a lie.
absolutely.
Forget the myth. The myth is sort of, oh, a mythical story
It's
or
a nice like way of saying it's a freaking lie. Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
lie.
No, 100%. And in 1861, Confederate Vice President Alexander Stephens, he's the vice president of the Confederacy, delivered the Cornerstone Speech in Savannah, Georgia, and he plainly said that the Confederacy, quote, was founded on this great truth, he called it, that black people were inferior and that slavery was their natural condition. And he says it in most unpleasant way and very antiquated. He says our new government is founded upon the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man, and that slavery is his natural and normal condition. And that is a quote in 1861. And this isn't speculation. It's a primary source, we'll call it. Okay. And we're dealing with propaganda. We got to deal with today primary sources. It's easier to use a primary source than he said, they said, who said this, whatever. And these were the words. So when people say the Civil War is about states' rights, they're repeating propaganda. They're repeating a lie. The leaders themselves told us that the cornerstone of the new nation was slavery.
Well,
So
doesn't it sound a lot nicer if I say, oh, well, we fought a civil war for our rights. We wanted our
correct.
state to have rights. If we finish the sentence, it is our rights as a state to keep people in bondage and make them work our fields for free. And these are, again, the white ruling class that is saying this. The people that were fighting were not mostly not landowners, mostly not human being owners, right? Not enslavers.
Mhm.
And they believed this narrative because it is difficult to realize that history, that uncle whoever is beating auntie, right? It is difficult to realize that your ancestors fought a war in order to keep people in bondage. Like what you said about that we're just so fragile, that we're not, don't make me uncomfortable. I don't want to deal with the truth. One of my protest signs is you can handle the truth. Like
Well,
you can handle it. Like it'll be okay.
like you're going to be okay because Michelle, a lot of the people who support the lies today, it's not that they really want to support it. It's that they literally feel so fragile that they can't handle the truth. They can't even admit or acknowledge, or they just can't. And
well, they won't.
or
I
they
don't
won't.
think they can't. They
Well, they
won't.
think they can't. Right. They won't acknowledge. They feel they're trapped. And it's funny. This is nothing new. It's
No,
just
it's
happening.
happening right now with immigration and how we are literally telling a whole nother lie. There's so many lies about what's being told right now that half the country believes
Uh-huh.
to be true, and the other half of the country knows it's a lie.
And
So it's just how do you even reconcile that when you're trying to have a conversation about immigration and crime when the facts are that immigrants in this country commit less than 1% of crime.
mhm.
And
They're
then you
better
have this
citizens than
narrative that we need to get rid of all immigrants because they are violent, vile, horrific, whatever else that the
right.
propaganda wants to put out there. So you believe that Chicago and Baltimore and LA and now Portland are somehow these cities that are erupting in violence and everyone's killing everybody and we need to jump in to these are all lies.
Hmm.
It's like you call them out, sort of what you were saying before. It's like, wait, this is happening. I know it's a lie. I'm calling it out. And now I'm the problem.
So much for being here with us.
We truly hope this conversation sparked some new thoughts and perspectives, maybe even challenged you in ways you hadn't expected.
Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. Follow us on social media. Our information will be in the descriptions below.